Receiving the NGLC grant was the beginning of our blended learning journey. In our planning year, we shifted our instructional practices to a rotational model. Our first change was to restructure our instructional time by adding more minutes to each academic class. Our initial model consisted of one teacher implementing 3 rotations within his or her classroom: teacher-directed, independent, and digital content. This year was a time of planning for teachers, administrators, and curriculum coaches. We had multiple professional development sessions with education elements to select digital content and learn best practices for implementation. In Year 1, blended learning was fully implemented into all 6th grade classrooms. In most cases, teachers partnered with another from their subject area for blended rotations. Data was gathered from our digital content providers to create data-specific groups for small group instruction. Data-driven instruction allowed us to zero in on the skills our students needed most by remediating those with gaps and accelerating those who were ready. We used the digital content rotation to differentiate instruction using adaptive technology. The content allowed personalized instruction for each student. Teachers and students were able to access these programs and data through the Education Elements dashboard. The digital creation rotation focused on project-based learning. Students used technology to present information they learned in a creative way. The students were highly engaged and were able to apply their knowledge during this time. This year, we were able to roll out our model school-wide because of our district's PDL initiative. This has required ongoing professional development. We have also had to be flexible with our models to meet our teachers' and students' needs. It has allowed us to shift our focus to our I Can model for students. Follow Evan as she takes us through her day here at the park.
I'm Evan Richardson, and I'm going to be giving you a tour of the best school in the world.
The purpose of the I Can family is to build relationships and support students. This time is focused around student aspirations. Our partnership with the Qualia Institute allows us to focus on the 8 conditions that foster student aspirations.
We're going to I Can family, where we have a teacher who knows us very well, a bunch of classmates who love each other, and it's pretty much a family when you're not at home.
Greatness can always be achieved. What else? Believe in yourself. What you got? Anybody? You got it? Confidence always matters. Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Does greatness care who you are or where you're from? No. Is greatness in everybody?
Yes.
Is greatness in everybody?
Yes.
No. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
The purpose of all of this is to get us college and career ready. That way when we grow up, we already know where we're going and we know what's going to happen. Welcome to math class. Today we'll be learning about inequalities and how we'll use them in the real world, which is great because it's great to learn stuff that you're going to use in the real world.
Woo! This is one of those units that we get to have a lot of real-world applications. We can apply it to the real world, things that we think about in our everyday life.
Check out some of our other math classes around the school.
Alright, so today in teacher-directed instruction, we're going to be working on using the distributive property to either rewrite an expression or to compare and then evaluate and solve an expression, okay? And over here in our computer area, you're all going to be working on Compass, okay? And then over here, you're going to be focusing on LearnBot.
Alright, so is there any exponents? So what do we do next? Multiply, divide from left to right. Do you see multiplication on division? Where?
This is used for your Alex progress. And so, as you progress, we move your name farther and farther. Not everyone has to be working at the same course all the time. Like, some of these kids, they're already in course 3.
We have an AB schedule for science and social studies. I go to these classes every other day. Hello and welcome to social studies. Today we're learning about the Byzantine Empire and the Roman Catholic Church. We're learning about this and researching it so we can use it on our upcoming digital project.
In science and social studies, we find students are most successful with project-based learning. They are highly engaged, which allows for better retention of content.
My students are taking their ecology unit and they're separating it into standards. They are going to teach certain portions of each standard. They're going to present their topic with their group, each one doing a single topic, and then together as a group, they're making either a poster or an movie or whatever they feel is a good representation of that topic.
Yes, we did.
I know, but you have everything
So in science class, one of the main things we focus on is project-based learning. I like my kids to create stuff that allows them to, one, express themselves, and two, show me that they understand what it is that I've taught them. One of the ways that I've been able to reach my students is through music. I incorporate my science terms into the music that they're listening to. And my students love it. I've seen an increase in student engagement, and of course, their assessment scores go up because they are more engaged, they're interested in what I'm teaching, so it's been really successful for me in my classroom. Take a look at some of the videos that we've done this year. They're fantastic.
It's all about me. Transfer. And the three ways. Transfer. When it comes to this heat, it flows. From a dump that's high to low.
The show was here. That's where all of them. That's where we live. That's where we breathe. And I let you know. That's where we breathe. I'm saying that I have fun.
It's got two poles, north and south, that's just the way it goes. Surrounding every magnet is a magnetic field that applies a force, a push and pull, if you will. Have you ever heard the saying that opposites attract? Well, this I got to wear a pair of goggles like this, lab coat and some gloves like this. No food, no gum, no drinks, no book bags, cause we don't want to trip up.
Some plants have doors, bet you won't touch it. Poisonous fruit, bet you won't eat it. Stigmatrophism, demonize habit, black defense,
Hey, that's my kingdom. Animalia.
Hey, that's my Bible.
Let's break it down a little bit further.
Oh, that's my order.
Measure air pressure with a barometer will do it. In inches or millibars. Yep. Please don't forget them units. Oh, if you're measuring the speed of the wind, an anemometer be fine then. A sling psychrometer. If it's humidity, you find it.
Teacher created this project, but we are also fortunate to have a partnership with Epic. This gives us a bank of project-based tasks that help students work toward career and college readiness.
In language arts, we are split into 3 groups. I'm a dreamer. We rotate between Miss Covington and Miss Lewis's classes. Each week, I get a full class period to work on digital content. When it's not my digital content day, I get 2 45-minute sessions with each teacher.
In ELA, we work in a lot of small groups. We also conference regularly with our students about their data.
This is fall, this is winter. What do you notice about that? You went up. A lot, yes. Okay, so why do you think that?
We use our devices in explore classes as well. In orchestra, we just started using smart music. Once I'm signed in, I can play my instrument and the app will give me feedback. It's great to use when Mr. Tucker's working with another student or when I'm at home.
As we move forward with this work, we realize how important it is for continuous improvement. We've created a collaborative space called the Think Tank where we dream, develop, and explore. We've been working on refining our current model, shifting to student-owned data, and creating more personalized pathways for students. Although we do not yet know our exact route to our future, we feel confident in our destination. We will continue to improve our ICANN model and do what is right for students. We envision a competency-based system. It is our hope that our network of support will allow students to arrive at their final destinations with the tools and skills they need to be college and career ready.